Simple Records has been around for about 8 years now, and house music has been around for 3. Simple is kind of more deep house, straight up dance floor stuff, whereas house is aimed at more left field material, so Lee Jones, Sideshow, could be anything from dub to dubstep, all deep, all very melodic. I live in London, so they're both based there. The distributor is based in Germany, so all over the place. All 3, CDs, vinyl, online. We're one of the few labels, well, not one of the few, but there's not many left that still make vinyl. But you can get everything digitally as well. I missed the end, actually. Yeah, no, I was resident there for 4 years. For me, the best club in London, if not the world. Mostly because of the family behind it, really. Leo and his sister and dad, who designed the club. Just an amazing environment to play. Superb crowd, great sound, and a huge team behind it. So, about as good as it gets. The music was forced upon me by my mum, actually, who made me play piano, and I did that for about 8 years, and at the time I hated it. I played the sax and timpani and all kinds of different stuff, double bass even, for about 6 months. At the time I didn't really appreciate it, but now I'm so grateful for the general musical grounding that I got, because I can read and write music, so amazing now, but yeah, I wish I continued it. The record collecting, yeah, that started maybe 13, 14. I didn't live anywhere near any big cities, but there was an amazing record shop which had tons of old krautrock soundtracks and things like that near where I grew up. So I used to pump all my pocket money into that when I was a youngster. I sold a lot of them, actually, because I ended up just thinking, I'm not listening to half of these. It's kind of just taking up space. So I kept all the ones that were really dear to me. I probably maybe got 4,000 or 5,000. I think the track I'm most proud of is called Imbira, which was the first attempt I made at straight up Detroit techno, albeit deep and slow. And I think I'm most proud of it just because I had no preconceptions going into making the track, so it was quite pure, and it came out, I think, as cleanly as anything I've ever done. The chords took a while, but once you nail the chords in any track, for me, that's when it starts, really. So a lot of my tracks start with figuring out a chord sequence, and then I go from there. Lots of releases on both labels, but on ours we've got EPs coming from Joy Orbison, who's a new dubstep producer that's kind of blowing up in the UK at the moment. Ramadan Man, My. On Simple we've got things coming from the Mo City Soul, big truck, and I'm going to start writing my next artist album, which I hope to have out by October of next year. I've got a single coming out next week with a remix from Steve Bugg. It's called Where Is It, and it features a vocalist called Ursula Rucker, who used to work with The Roots. I never know what I'm going to play until I start. Depends what the crowd want. Always deep, always groovy, lots of melody. Yeah, that's about as loose as I could start.